Hello, Nigeria. Happy new month. Welcome to your favorite news magazine program, Newsline. I am Becky Madujemu, and your presence is highly appreciated tonight. A grandmother in Ogun State is in police trouble. She committed a crime that has everyone wondering why she did it. Her family and the police will be supplying details of what really went down. Now, the difference between real aunties and uncles is not well defined in Nigeria. Some people we call aunties and uncles are not sitting in our family tree. Why then do we classify them as such? The explanations will come from a cross-section of the public. The responses are quite interesting. Meanwhile, we have some end-of-year events. There is a lot happening in the corporate, cultural, and entertainment scenes that are worth reporting. And we also intend to take you on journeys to mind-blowing destinations. Before these and other reports will grace your screen, let's hear the news of the day. Over to Claire Adilabu Abdurazak for that.
Becky, compliments of the season to you, and we begin the news on a very bright note, as all is now set for President Muhammadu Buhari to perform the groundbreaking ceremony for the Transportation University in Dara, Katsina State on Monday. Now, the institution is expected to gulp 18 billion naira, and it's in furtherance of government's efforts at developing quality manpower that will manage railways and other transportation facilities across Nigeria. Here is State House correspondent Ademo Sambo with the rest of the story.
In preparation for the epoch-making event, the highly elated and enthusiastic governor of the state, Aminu Bello Masari, led some senior government officials to show appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari. Discussions at the meeting centered on ways and means of ensuring that the institution achieves the objective for its establishment when completed and put to use.
We are very, very happy. You know, Katsina is a state of education. So additional university, especially of transportation, will add more to the value in Katsina State, and we are grateful to Mr. President for accepting to site this university in the state.
Governor Aminu Bello Masari also used the opportunity to brief the Nigerian leader on the prevailing security situation in Katsina State as a result of the far-reaching measures put in place by both the state and the federal government.
Yesterday we had a by-election in one of the most troubled local governments, and we had it peacefully. Even throughout the night there was no single instance. So we are happy with the efforts we are making, and we believe that we will continue to maintain, engage and dialogue with all concerned so that we have a lasting peace. Our aim is to restore normalcy to Katsina State. Inshallah, we will be there.
Apart from the groundbreaking event for the Transportation University, President Muhammadu Buhari is also expected to inaugurate a road project executed by the Masari administration. From Daura, Katsina State, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And if you haven't heard, hear it now, that Nigeria will witness an influx of God's blessings and prosperity before the year runs out and in the years to come. Now, that was the message of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at a special Thanksgiving service by the Aso Villa Chapel to mark the beginning of the month of December 2019. State House correspondent Gideon Ifadi was there.
If I take my wings of the morning and dwell in the utmost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me.
The prophet has appeared amongst us. They said, God has come to help his people.
These are prophetic words from the scriptures establishing the love of God for his people. And as chaplain of the Aso Villa Chapel, Sheyi Malomon says in his sermon titled God of Advanced Knowledge, the people of Nigeria, he notes, have cause to rejoice and give thanks for the love of God for the country, stressing that getting to the end of the year is a landmark achievement.
This is earned from our lives for just, how long is it? 1 minute. Because sometimes God will tell the children of Israel, I'm going to send you on Elder so that you will know the difference between my lordship and the lordship of the heaven. And the difference is too clear.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo led the congregation in prayers for the nation.
With abundance, to crown it with joy, and to crown the end of this year with thanksgiving.
Psalm 65 verse 11 tells us that God is going to crown this year, the end of this year, with his goodness and with his abundance. And he will give us the fatness of the land in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus. So I believe very strongly that God is going to bless this land and prosper this land. Not just at the end of this year, but the coming year will be even more glorious.
God is a God of advanced knowledge. He knows about Nigeria, and so we have to thank him because he knows this nation. He cares for this nation and is showing compassion to this nation. So we have every cause to always give thanks.
There's unity between the executive arm and the legislative arm, and we've been working in collaboration, moving this country forward, and generally just being alive. Yes, we have every reason to be thankful to God.
The month of December is a month of giving. It's a month of reaching out, particularly to the less privileged.
From the Aso Villa Chapel, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
And prophetic words of prayers there for Nigeria coming from the Vice President. Now, in other stories, the Defense Headquarters has been notified of false information peddling in the social media, insinuating that the radicalized Boko Haram members have been absorbed into the Nigerian military. Now, a statement by the Acting Director, Defense Information, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, states that the information is false and misleading. Now, the De-Radicalization, Rehabilitation, Reintegration Program is a federal government's initiative for low-risk and repentant Boko Haram members that surrendered to federal troops and are being de-radicalized, rehabilitated, and reintegrated into the society. Now, the statement stressed that while the de-radicalization program under the Operation Safe Corridor is deflecting the terrorist force, there is no plan to recruit the former Boko Haram members into the military. It also notes that about 500 terrorists have so far been convicted. And following liberation of Mate town, headquarters of Mate local government in northern Borno on the fringes of Lake Chad by the Nigerian military, Borno state government is set to restore civil authorities in the area to pave way for the resettlement of residents. Now, the state governor, Professor Babagana Omara Zulum, gave the commitment during an assessment visit to the area, accompanied by General Officer Commanding 7th Division, Brigadier General Abdul Khalifa Ibrahim. Here is Mohammed Goni with the rest of the report.
All Marti communities, once a hub of agricultural activities in the northeast, have their fair share of devastation. Municipal buildings and public structures, such as local government secretariat, hospital and schools were set ablaze before the insurgents were chased out. The visit by the state governor was to assess damages done to structures and facilities, as well as interact with officers and men of the Nigerian military.
We have investigated the situation on ground, but we have resolved that we shall immediately construct some new houses so that we can resettle some of the IDPs either in Mongono or in Maiduguri to New Marte. We will build another village, another community called New Marte 2, while in subsequent days or weeks we shall look into the possibility of rehabilitating the government structures.
Professor Babagana Omar commended the gallantry of the Nigerian military and reassured them of continuous support of the Borno state government. He urged them to extend hands of fellowship to civilians who will be in their midst to commence reconstruction of destroyed communities. From Marte, the headquarters of Marte local government in Borno State, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
And still on national security matters, Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar says the Nigerian Air Force will continue to accord priority to the welfare of troops on the front line for optimum performance in the theater. Now, the Chief of Air Staff stated this while inaugurating block of flats for officers at the 105 Composite Group of the Nigerian Air Force in Maiduguri. Abubakar Mohammed Musa reports.
Inaugurating one block of 10 flats as well as 2 blocks of 6 by 2 bedroom flats, the Chief of Air Staff said the development will certainly motivate personnel to embrace the highest level of professionalism. Air Task Force Commander Operation Lafia Dole, Air Commodore Precious Amadi, charged airmen and women to consolidate efforts of the Chief of Air Staff by sustaining the winning momentum against Boko Haram insurgents. The Chief of Air Staff was also at the Nigerian Air Force Emergency Hospital at Dalori 1 IDP camp, where he inspected various sections of the facility, a classroom as well as borehole.
Very happy with what I have seen. We need to do some few other things to make the place better and more conducive, and we are going to do that.
Executive Chairman, State Emergency Management Agency Yaba Okolo, appealed to the Air Force to extend its medical services to local governments where people have returned. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Mohammed Musa, NTA News.
All right, let's update you now on the Kogi West Senatorial election. And we hear that Senator Smart Adeyemi of the All Progressives Congress has been declared winner of that election. Correspondent Solomon Ayedeng reports that the senator defeated 24 other candidates to win the poll.
Having collated the results in line with INEC's regulation guiding supplementary election, the returning officer, Professor Olaide Lawal, revealed that a total of 432,515 eligible voters registered for the senatorial election, while 161,979 were accredited. Total valid votes was 152,003. And rejected votes 3,250, while the total votes cast was 155,252. The All Progressive Congress candidate, Senator Smart Adeyemi, polled 88,373 votes, and closely followed by the PDP candidate, Daniel Dino Melaye, with a total vote of 62,133. Professor Rufus Ayenigba of the SDP came third with 569 votes.
I declare that Adeyemi Smart M of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared, returned, and elected.
That I'm going to the Senate to do those things they know I did well, and to improve those areas where I didn't do well.
He has done much in the time past, and we still expect him to do more.
Meanwhile, the INEC returning officer for Ajaokuta Federal Constituency rerun election, Professor Rabiu Balarebe, has also declared the All Progressives Congress candidate, Mohammed Lawal, winner, having defeated Aloysius Okino of the People's Democratic Party. The All Progressive Congress polled 13,738 votes and PDP 9,176 votes. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
All right, now works, and the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing has opened up the Kara Bridge to Ojodo Bega section of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to traffic. Dr. Oguyemi reports that the move is part of efforts at ensuring road users enjoy seamless movement during the Yuletide.
Statistics by the Federal Road Safety Corps reveals that 1,008,274 vehicles traveled on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway during the 2018 Yuletide from December 2018 to January 15, 2019. This number is set to increase as another Yuletide beckons. The opening of this 600-meter stretch between Ojodo Bega and the beginning of Kara Bridge in Ward Lagos, which was closed to traffic since the 2nd of September, is expected to bring succor to road users.
Ana yawan yin azzan saboda an rufe wannan hanyar. Yanzu da aka bude gaga za azzan zai ragu.
As the road becomes more motorable, the Federal Road Safety Corps, on its part, has stepped up campaign to reduce accidents.
The road is still under construction. A lot of things have to be put in place, so they have to be very, very careful and exercise patience anytime they are applying the road.
The opening of this completed section is strategic. Partly, it is to address the accidents that have occurred on this stretch of the road, while on the other hand, It is to ensure that commuters move freely along this ever-busy corridor. Now, the early opening of this completed section, which was actually scheduled to be reopened on the 14th of December, is to ensure that motorists who want to travel during this Yuletide do so on a better and freer road.
In Lagos, Dotun Okunyemi, NTA News.
And still in Lagos, more than 30 eminent members of the law profession were honored by the 1989 class of the Nigerian Law School Alumni Association. Now, among those honored, the Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, and the wife of the Vice President, Dolapo Osinbajo. State House correspondent Jide Onifade captures the mood at the awards and dinner night organized by the set to mark its 30th anniversary.
The mood is that of excitement for members of the 1989 set of the Nigerian Law School Alumni Association. 30 years ago seems like yesterday, as they exchange pleasantries and even to remind each other of pranks played way back in school. With a minute's silence, members remembered those that had passed away to the great beyond. The set is also happy with the achievements and the height attained individually, either through active practice of the profession or on other engagements.
I think it is important for us, those of us who practice and those who do not, especially those who do not practice, we can become strong lobbyists, very strong lobbyists for judicial reform. Men and women trained in the law generally have a much greater duty than most other people to find practical means of fulfilling the constitutional promises of equality before the law, of social justice. And you have the ability to do so whether you're in active practice or not.
Award presentation was in 3 categories. Category 1 is to 26 members of the set who are now judges. The second category goes to 19 senior advocates of Nigeria from the set. And the third category goes to 12 of the members who are now professors. Wife of the Vice President Dolapo Osinbajo, Minister of State for Education Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, and the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Delta State Peter Mrapo are members of the Law School Alumni Association 1989 set who received special award.
Continuing learning is the order of the day because knowledge is the currency all over the world. We need to position ourselves as lawyers to be able to compete globally.
The reunion began in 2013, and this is the 5th award ceremony by the association. In Abuja, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
And my apologies, that event actually held here in Abuja. Now, the FCT Minister of State, Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, says that President Buhari's administration is committed to establishing special agro-industrial processing zone as a step towards achieving the agenda of lifting 100 million youths out of poverty in the agricultural value chain. Now, she stated this when a delegation from African Development Bank, AFDB, led by the Senior Special Advisor to the President of African Development Bank on Industrialization, Professor Banji Uyeyinka, paid her a visit in Abuja. Here is Ifeanyi Izumba with the rest of the story.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration will demonstrate its readiness in ensuring that the first zone is set up in the nation's capital as a pilot scheme. The Minister of State, FCT, Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, assured that the provision will be made in the proposed 2020 budget, adding that the administration will earmark 500 hectares of land to site the facility.
We put in place, we work on it, especially if it's a water program, to be established here. We can boast of dedicated human capital with subject expertise who will work with you and your team in conceptualizing project preparation and executing on agreed timelines with precision to what we wish to achieve. That accuracy is key.
Senior Special Advisor to the President of African Development Bank, Professor Banji Uyeyinka, lamented that Africa has huge production gap when compared to Asian countries. He, however, warned that if Africa failed to improve, the continent will remain at the level of subsistence famine.
If you don't solve Nigeria's problem, 40% of the African poverty issue, you haven't solved it. The SDG says if by 2030, 80% of all poor people will be in Africa. And I'm saying we want to change that narrative.
Professor Oyinka also revealed that African Development Bank has identified 6 zones in Nigeria for the establishment of special agro-industrial processing zone. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Izumba, NT News.
An Ijo Senior Grammar School in Lagos State has emerged winner of the 2019 Agbami Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics known as STEM competition organized by Chevron, Nigeria. Ruth Ario Samuel reports that the symposium on advancing innovation and sustainable development through STEM had 15 schools from Lagos competing.
And 30 teachers from 15 schools took part in the 3 weeks rigorous training, which saw 5 schools making it to the finals. The competition centered on projects based on solving societal problems. Director Star Deepwater, who was represented, said the program is to identify issues in Nigeria's STEM education, as well as provide strategies to ensure that STEM education is elevated to become a national priority.
Nigerian youths need to develop their capacities and capabilities in STEM to levels far exceeding what was considered acceptable in the past.
STEM teachers and educators could act as catalysts to drive innovation, human and economic development, and indeed national transformation.
Representative Chevron Nigeria, Shola Adebawo, highlighted that the initiative is a way of stimulating creative drive among young people.
We believe that development of nations ride on the back of technology, and Nigeria is living in a global community where every country is taking steps to drive its growth through technology.
First prize winners took home 65,000 naira each. Second prize winners went away with 55,000 naira each, while the third place were rewarded with 50,000 naira each.
I'm very excited and very, very happy.
Develop the capacity of my students to begin to see solutions instead of seeing the problem in the society.
I have to be conversant with both technology, science, and even with IT.
I feel happy for me coming in second.
The new generation is going to be all about engineering and technology.
The initiative by Chevron Nigeria is a step in tapping into the gains of science, technology, engineering, and maths, STEM, as the new economy for national development. In Lagos, Ruth Ario Samuel, NTA News.
And the Nigerian chapter of International Press Institute, IPI, says it does not in any way support the peddling of hate speech, fake news, and deliberate misinformation through any social or conventional media platform. Now, in a statement signed by the chairman, IPI Nigerian chapter, Kabiru Yusuf, at a global network of editors, publishers, media executives, communication scholars, senior journalists, media executives, and experts in the communication industry on press freedom, noted that the Institute firmly understands the implication of any law with contentious provisions for free speech. It therefore suggests that members of the National Assembly should patriotically explore the alternatives of either re-examining the provisions of Cyber Crime Act 2015 to accommodate current realities. And it would appear that Christmas is coming early this year, but that's because the 2019 edition of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Voice of Nigeria, VON, and Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, Service of Night Lessons and Carols has held in Abuja with fanfare. Now, the Secretary to Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, lit the Christmas tree.
In the true spirit of Christmas, we've come with our hearts open unto you to receive this gift. May you internalize this gift in each and everyone's life in the name of Jesus.
Now, the lessons read by eminent Nigerians and members of the clergy were spiced up with beautiful carols, carol rendition by the choirs of the organizers and invited ones. And representative of the Vice President commended the organizers for sustaining the initiative, which has now become a tradition for putting the nation in Christmas mood every year. And indeed, more than 2 decades, the Amazing Grace Pentecostal Church Ministry worldwide has been committed to its missionary work through the propagation of the gospel and humanitarian services. It is for this reason that members of the church converged on the headquarters in Lagos to celebrate the 23rd anniversary of the church amidst thanksgiving and praise. Here is Lynn Lineke with the rest of the sport.
All they have come to do is to thank and appreciate God for his goodness, protection, provision, and spiritual upliftment for 23 years since the inception of the church. For these 23 years, the Amazing Grace Pentecostal Church worldwide has been involved in the spiritual growth of its members, rehabilitation and reintegration of inmates into the society, as well as meeting the needs of widows and the poor. The General Overseer, Bishop Chioma Grace Dauji, who is passionate about the mandate of the church, is grateful for the opportunity to serve God and humanity.
We should stop thinking about what man can do. Let us trust God, because without him we can do nothing. He's the only one that can change the situation. No man have the solution to your problem or solution to the problem of the world.
Members are glad with the growth of the ministry and its strides in touching lives, which to them necessitated the need to give thanks to God and extend humanitarian gesture to non-members to complement the efforts of the government.
Our theme this year is to magnify the Lord because of the testimonies that have come out of members of this congregation this year.
It's God's faithfulness that has kept us, not through our intellect or our strength or our financial capability. It's just God's grace and mercy.
Bishop Taiwo Akinola, the guest preacher, however, admonished the congregation to remain steadfast to the Nigerian project.
I'm speaking to all Nigerians. Let's believe in God. Let's hope in God. Let's speak well concerning Nigeria. Let's hope that it will be better tomorrow.
In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
And nothing is as soul lifting as music, but sports, they say, is a bridge builder. But unfortunately, Nigeria could not qualify for Softball World Cup this year, and that's as Amanzi Marcos tells us.
Adamawa United posted the highest margin of victory in Week 6 of the Nigeria Professional Football League, beating Katsina United 4-0, where the matches involving Rivers United and Abia Warriors and Plateau United and Kano Pillars ended goalless as Delta Force won away in Lafia against Nasarawa United. The 2019-2020 season of the Nigerian National Volleyball Premier League ended Saturday at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, as Nigeria Customs Service in green defended their title by defeating Civil Defense 3-2 to emerge champions. In the women's category, it was sweet revenge as Civil Defense in white overwhelmed Customs 3-0.
They defeated us last year. We felt really bad, so this year we came back fully.
Our major issue now is sponsors. We know it's not easy.
In a related development, Nigeria lost the chance to represent Africa at the World Baseball and Softball Confederation World Cup, scheduled for February 2020 in New Zealand. They were beaten by South Africa 18-1, 22-2 and 16-1 at the Package B section of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium on Saturday.
By look of things, I would say they'll get better. In about a few years, they'll be a stronger team.
It's an opportunity for us to stand up again stronger.
In golf, Ghana's Vincent Torga extended his lead as the most successful golfer on the African tour after he won his third successive Nigerian Masters title at the IBB International Golf and Country Club Abuja on Saturday. The 36-year-old shot a final round 4 under par 68 to clinch the title by 9 shots over 4 rounds.
I feel more confidence on my game now, and it's a great opportunity for me to defend the title for the 3rd time, and looking forward for the 4th time, maybe possible.
Zimbabwean Visito Mapwanya finished with a level par to play second as they count down to the season-ending tour championship at the Arsenal Golf Course in Uweri, Imo State begins. With sports updater Manzi Marcus, NTA News.
And on the downside, President Muhammadu Buhari has described the death of Kano businessman Tijani Rabiu, the immediate younger brother of the late tycoon Ishaku Rabiu, as the fall of another star in the galaxy of commerce and trade in northern Nigeria. In a statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, says the President, while reacting to the death of Tijani, notes that the deceased belonged to a business dynasty that has become famous since the birth of modern Nigeria. The President extended his condolences to Abdul Samad Rabiu, chairman of Bua Group of Companies, and other members of the family, as well as to the government and people of Kano State. And just before I hand over the baton to Becky in Lagos, let's take a quick check at tomorrow's weather forecast. All right, that ends the news from here in Abuja. Becky will be all yours, but after the break. Don't go away.
The management and staff of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC, and the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, wishes to announce the first Nigeria-South Africa Road Transport Infrastructure and PPP Collaboration Initiative under the auspices of the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. The event is scheduled to hold as follows. Date: Monday, 2nd December 2019. Venue: Frazier Suites Hotel, Central Business District, Abuja. Time 9 a.m. prompt. This event is jointly hosted by the ICRC, FEMA, Development Bank of Southern Africa, and the South African National Roads Authority. Engineers Chidi K.C. Izua, Senior Director General CEO ICRC, and Engineer Nuruddin Rafindadi, Managing Director CEO Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, announcers.
How far can you go? When your village is connected to the global village, you go. When 30 million people have a bank in their pocket, they go. When 560 million of us can plug into a high-speed digital highway, we go. When you can use technology to teach where books can't reach, we all go. When over 5 million people have a job to do, and 4 million small businesses can make it big, they go. When you're driven by the unstoppable spirit of Africa, you go. They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. We're good together. Everywhere you go, MTN.
The Minister of Transportation, Right Honorable Chibuike Amechi, and the Minister of State Transportation, Senator Gbemisola Saraki, welcomed the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Transport University, Daura, Katsina State. Date, Monday, 2nd December 2019. Venue, Daura Kano Road, by Air Force Forward Base, Daura, Katsina State. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Welcome to this historic event. Announcer, S. Zakari, Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Transportation.
Oh, Mama! Grandma!
Hey, how are you?
Yes, Grandma, what we're eating tonight?
Indomie!
Yeah! Did Mommy also enjoy Indomie when she was like me?
Yes, she did. Just say to everything I say. When your mama small, she no gree me rest. Till she chop Indomie. Now so she go there dance. They rub belly lick mouth. Indomie noodles. Sweet Indomie noodles. Sweet Indomie noodles.
There's no noodles like Indomie noodles. That's why generations of caring mothers trust Indomie. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition good for you.
The South-South Monarchs Forum, in collaboration with the National Council of Traditional Rulers of Nigeria, we hold a security summit of eminent traditional rulers from the 6 states of South-South geopolitical zone of Nigeria. Theme, creating synergy with the governments of South-South states towards ensuring a peaceful and crime-free South-South geopolitical zones. Date, 2nd to 4th December 2019. Venue, Ibom Hotels and Golf Resorts, Uyo. Chairman of the occasion, His Royal Majesty Edidem Raymond Timothy Inyang, Paramount Ruler of Honor. Distinguished Guest of Honor, Boss Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Guests of Honor, all paramount rulers within the South-South geopolitical zone. Keynote address by Dr. Ubong Essien Umo, Organizing Committee. Announcer.
ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
Thank you for staying with Newsline. And now to our captivating stories. As we have seen, grandmothers tend to dote on their grandchildren, sometimes spoiling them too much with love and care. This is why it was shocking when a grandmother allegedly snuffed the life out of her 2-day-old granddaughter in Shagamu, Ogun State. Adeniyi Taiwo reports that the police command in that axis is currently investigating the motive behind the bizarre crime.
What could make a grandma kill a grandchild?
It's not possible.
This is Africa. For grandma, they should cherish their young one.
What about she takes the life of the next IMF World Bank manager? What about she just cut short the glory of her family? She might never know.
This is the question begging for answer in the story of a grandmother who allegedly killed her grandchild and was arrested by policemen in Shagamu, Ogun State. The story went viral on social media also alleging that she poisoned her granddaughter with a toxic insecticide.
My daughter gave birth to a baby and I poisoned her.
This woman made an attempt to abort the pregnancy. She was unable to do it. That was the reason why she has to wait until when the baby was delivered, and she used this deadly insecticide to sniff out life from the innocent baby.
Although she has confessed to the crime, she is claiming she was influenced by the devil.
It is only God that understands what happened. May we not fall into devil's plans.
However, police official reports indicate that the suspect committed the crime out of hatred for the man who impregnated her daughter.
She told us that she actually poisoned the child simply because she don't like the person who impregnated the daughter.
It is not true that I don't like him. I didn't set my eyes on him until 2 weeks to my daughter's delivery.
Nigeria, and indeed the entire African continent, is regarded as being communal in nature, where grandmothers dote on their grandchildren and pamper them. If this is so, Newsline would like to find out from grandmothers if they can go as far as killing their grandchildren in case they are not in love with the spouse of such children.
At all, I can't do that. I love my grandchildren very well.
If there is fear of God in that person, I don't think she should go far to such extent to kill that baby. I don't think that the woman behaves as a person that is normal.
While the suspect will soon have a day in court, the mother of the deceased baby is still in shock.
I was there before it happened. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't know when she fed the baby with poison. I didn't even understand what happened. I guess it has been destined. I plead for her because I can't afford to lose my mom after losing my daughter.
For her and other relatives of the suspect, the crime is a mystery that may require both physical and mental evaluation.
She's been having problems with her state of mind before now. I can't deny that.
42-year-old Temitope Akinola is no stranger to misfortune. Her husband, with whom she bore the mother of the deceased baby and 4 other children, is currently an inmate at one of the Nigerian Correctional Service facilities in Ogun State, serving a 5-year jail term.
Strange world of strange people. As it were, the law will carry the day. This next one is really interesting. We all know that extended family members include aunties and uncles. Why then do Nigerians refer to non-relatives as their aunties and uncles? Ruth Aguele is asking.
5 times 3 is equal to what? It's equal to what? 5 times 3 is equal to 15.
7 hours a day, 5 times a week. These pupils spend in school with their teachers, who gradually shape their lives for a better tomorrow. So it only becomes natural for pupils or students to bond easily with their teachers. But one common norm that is easily used in expressing this bond is the way they address their teachers.
I call them Mrs.
Mrs.? Okay, was there a time you ever referred to them as auntie or uncle?
No, I don't call them auntie or uncle. My teacher said that I should be calling them Mrs.
Yes, there was a time I referred to my aunties or uncles as auntie.
Okay, were you corrected?
Yes.
Okay, now for Salma and Abdullahi, the trend has really evolved, because I remember back then growing up when I was in school, in primary school to be precise, I always referred to my teachers as aunties or uncles. I was never taught to call them Mr. or Mrs. or Miss. But it has become a norm today, and we want to find out, do schools still practice that?
Yes. We are taught different moral values during our assemblies. And one of those is that we should not call our teachers auntie or uncle. Our reason is that they are not our parents' sister or brother.
I used to call them auntie or uncle because that time I was much younger and I didn't know how I should address them.
When I was in nursery 3, I used to call my
teacher, auntie. But after a while, then we were corrected that it's not supposed to be.
As you're saying auntie, uncle, that means you are drawing them as your relation.
While some find it more polite, others think otherwise.
Since we've been used to calling them aunties and uncles, these days it sounds a little strange or weird calling them that.
How acceptable is this for the teachers?
Your teacher is your teacher, and each of us will introduce ourselves to them. And Mrs. Fabi Comfort by name. And we will even write it on the board for them.
Most students, if you ask them their teacher's name, sometimes they don't know, you understand, because they keep addressing you auntie, ma, sir, you understand, but actually you are supposed to know who teaches them.
Even sometimes some will call you mommy. So you have to just tell them that no, we are not your mommy. So you address us formally.
All my students refer to me as uncle, and it must make me happy when they see me as someone they can easily relate with.
Whoever you call your aunt would be either your mother or your father's brother or sister.
I'm not in support at all.
The children themselves are confused. They wouldn't know, this auntie is in my related auntie or my teacher.
Myself, I got confused. There was a time I asked the teacher, can these children call you auntie or Mrs.? Some said yes, they can call anyone.
This practice goes beyond the school walls, as the concern here for most parents is the security of their children.
They have to know who is their uncle for security reasons, so that the children will have it down within them that this person cannot fully be trusted.
It is also a fact that no matter where learning happens, the prominent role of teachers as caregivers is essential. Children will continue to be molded by their impact, be it positive or negative.
As long as the little kids don't go around calling elders by their first name, we'll take Mr., Mrs., uncle, or auntie. Moving on, 61-year-old evangelist Kemi Idowu Sarumi was a broadcaster, actress, and traditional wedding coordinator of repute in Lagos. Along the line, she went through many challenges, capable of forcing the average person to give up on life. Instead of staying down, she turned her story around and is now impacting the lives of others positively. Khadijat Okombi tells us more.
Evangelist Kemi Idowu Sarumi was a staff of the then NTA Lagos Channel 7 and starred in the old NTA comedy drama Second Chance as Madam Africana, and also acted as Bolanle Balogun, sister to Councillor Balogun in the old Village Headmaster. While working in NTA, she had a passion for the physically challenged children and organized a series of programs to give them a sense of belonging.
I have a son that is physically challenged. He cannot sit down. He cannot move about. He cannot feed himself. He's always lying down.
Inspired by the challenge of caring for her physically challenged son, she founded the Holy Spirit Buffet Outreach People with Disabilities Soul-Winning Organization. Tragedy later struck when she lost her first leg to diabetes in 2016 and the second leg 2 years later.
When I had my own disability, that prompted me that, well, elderly wants to suffer, so it's better to bring them together.
Evangelist Kemi Idowu Sarumi was compelled to vacate her home and move to this bungalow, which is a family house. She's being looked after by her 83-year-old mother and her younger sister.
A junior sister used to help her a lot. I'm praying to God that if you can get light artificial leg, then she can go back to her house.
Her 79-year-old husband explains that caring for her has not been an easy task.
The frequency of carrying the wheelchair has been taking a toll on my health.
Evangelist Kemi Idowu Sarumi is also the founder of the Nigerian Association of Professional Wedding Engagement Coordinators. She will continue to do her best for the physically challenged people.
If you see some wealthy people, when they see people with disability, when they're in their car, they'll just roll their window down. Maybe I just fling either 15 naira to them. When you have a lot that you can call them, let me establish you. Why begging? Why don't you take this money? Go and buy something and be selling. You have lots of people that are educated among them. You have graduates. Let them put them into offices. Let them work.
Evangelist Ido is an inspiration. However, she needs all the help that she can get. Next up, when Benin City hosted this year's National Festival of Arts, the cultural carnivals made the week-long celebration extra spicy. Being the hotspot of Benin heritage, the Oba's Palace was a setting where Nigeria's cultural diversity was showcased in many forms. Hamis Rogo, who witnessed one of the royal evenings, reports.
This is Benin, and some never-told stories of history and culture are unfolding here.
The sun is shining in Benin, and it is shining bright. It is the narrative here. But then there is a new storyline to assess the transformational role of culture in bringing people together, in elevating the humanity of Nigerians, in promoting Nigerian culture and Nigerian arts. And you know what? Rightfully, the theme for this year's National Festival of Arts and Culture is our royalty, our pride.
Benin is a home of royalty. Despite natural transition of history, the people of Benin never wavered in identifying their heritage with the development of their royalty. It almost looks deliberate that Nafes in Benin is tagged our royalty, our pride. Most of the festival events reflect this theme. States put up splendid shows to exemplify royal scenarios in their domain. But Benin people provided real-life pictures. It so happened that at the exact period Nafes begins in Benin, their king is also celebrating his 3 years anniversary on the throne, and it is the week of his birthday too. It turns out to be a pleasant coincidence. It is no surprise that since the festival is looking at the excellence of our royalty, just one evening, cultural troops from across Nigeria participating at the Arts Festival mobilized to Oba's Palace in Benin to surprise him, to honor him, and to celebrate with him. It was an all-out evening of dance to celebrate with the Oba. Before the Oba could even show up to meet his surprise guest, the palace was already electric. These troops from Benin itself are high-energy performers. For close to 2 hours, they are on their feet performing. There is something unique about Benin women. When they put on their cultural attire, their head tends to be much taller than our own. From Katsina were just at the top of their game too before the Oba arrives. When the Oba emerges finally from the inside of his palace, it was such a spectacle. But I'm captured more by the homage of particularly these ladies of the palace, young ladies with the giant vessels, and the cultured women with the mouth covering. I'm afraid I have no details to give. It was an all-evening dance by various troops from the states of the Federation. I would particularly like to spare you from the torture of the performances of this group. There are more than a handful, but then there are other lavish performers too, with definite cultural identity. It was really danced well into the night. I did not notice when the Oba said his goodbye and retired to his inner chamber.
That was a lovely blend of culture and modernity. I'm sure you enjoyed watching. Africa's best in the music industry recently converged on Lagos for recognition. Information Minister Lai Mohammed was there to reinforce the federal government's determination to support the vibrant entertainers. Anthony Forsin was there for Newsline.
established by the International Committee in collaboration with Africa Union to reward and celebrate musical works, talents and creativity around the African continent through the promotion of cultural heritage. Nigeria has been in the forefront in recognizing and celebrating talents categorized in 5 regions: South Africa, East Africa, Central Africa, North and West Africa, which runs through 54 countries. The 2019 edition, which is the 6th in the series, saw Nigeria's Burna Boy emerging the best musician on the continent for the year under review. And as it is traditional with the event, it is characterized by stage performances. With the upcoming ones having their show. Reigning sensation, Tenny held the crowd spellbound. Little did the crowd know that it was not yet over when Tu Baba emerged. In an unleashing the Titan manner, veteran Awilo Longomba tore through the crowd. The duo bagged awards for their contribution to the industry. With a night well spent and the crowd screaming for more, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed applauded the organizers.
Afrima in particular has helped has led to an explosion of the industry, hunting and recognizing new talent, and in the process being able to making young people realize their ambitions.
In addition, he said, the recognition of talents in the creative industry aptly fall in the purview of the present administration under President Muhammadu Buhari to make the sector viable.
The rights of musicians and what they are due is being taken care of by the Attorney General, and henceforth people will pay for the music that that they enjoy. Also, the issue of content is being addressed by government, and especially the digital economy. Today, if you follow the pronouncements of the Minister of Communication, we are bent on making data cheaper. And once data is cheaper, it's going to help the content owners.
Afrima was a remarkable success, and kudos must go to the organizers. It's time for a break. We'll be back after these messages. Please stay with Newsline.
Papa Scholastic, now what are you doing? Emeka, drive the limousine, Bugatti, come inside now. Waiting below 200 naira recharge card for me. Just recharge 200 naira for 1 day, and you say fit follow win for the hundreds and hundreds of heavy prizes like a can of pepper, industrial sewing machine, grinding machine, and generator. No, my own done better.
My grinder will go win. Now here I go put up. Make that.
Hey, make una no go recharge una glow. I don't win generator, and here now myself. Oh, the more you recharge, the more your chance the better.
Glow Unlimited.
Breakfast your day. Every day.
Nestle, good food, good life.
This festive season is going to be merrier for everyone with the Freshio Mega Festive Promo. Freshio Family Pack is now available at only 350 naira and on the Go Pack for only 200 naira. It's now easier to enjoy alone or with your family and friends anytime, anywhere.
Why so many? Isn't Freshio expensive? Only 350 naira. You should have bought more.
Because it's only 200 naira. Go and buy plenty Freshio now. They have reduced the prices low. Freshio Mega Festive Promo. It's for everyone.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
In today's world, it's tough being a woman. But thanks to So Clean, Nigeria's #1 detergent with stain magnet technology, doing washing is a whole lot faster and smarter too. Only So Clean has stain magnet technology with an advanced enzyme formula that pulls out even the toughest trapped dirt, just like powerful magnets. No wonder Nigerians love So Clean. So Clean, for a faster, brighter, cleaner wash.
From our wonderful family, meet our active triplets. Mixology, for example, mixes well with drinks. Then enjoy every quick meal with Slurp It Off. And everywhere you go, there is Go-Gurt. Packed with healthy nutrition, nourishing vitamins, power of protein, strength of calcium, revitalizing energy, Hollandia yogurt is bursting with goodness inside and out. Hollandia yogurt, it's all good.
Welcome back. Another batch of 60 young entrepreneurs have graduated from the Offer Center Institutes of Agriculture, Olukwono, Osun State, after the successful completion of a 3-month entrepreneurial training program. Tokwe Alabi reports that the course was sponsored by oil and gas company Total.
In line with fast-growing economies like South Korea, China, India, Germany, and the Netherlands are doing, Total has been able to turn human capacities of these youths who are in their 20s and 30s into dynamites in wealth creation.
This strategy is well thought out, as education remains the key to human capacity development. In this regard, our education intervention has gone full cycle with impacts all over the country and beyond.
This graduating set of Totalpreneur in the last 3 months went through rigorous business sessions, and they now have their various enterprises ready and registered business names with Corporate Affairs Commission certificates in their custody to excel.
With their expertise in digital marketing and soft skills, and that is the importance of the attitude to business and the emphasis and training on the need for them to have the eye for details, I am sure they will excel.
It was when I graduated from university I discovered that, wow, agriculture is what I love doing. So I'm just happy Total and Offer Center giving me this opportunity to be here.
I've learned so much in agri-business, but I'm motivated to start poultry, where I can make my money. That's the business there.
I'm going to build up myself and also my people in Maiduguri. I would like to enlighten them with the knowledge I have here.
The fourth batch of the Offer Center entrepreneurs produced 60 young entrepreneurs, 30 of whom received training in agricultural fields such as fish farming, animal husbandry, pottery, and crop production, while the rest 30 youths are into vocational skills including catering and hotel management, events planning, photography, as well as arts and crafts.
I think I'm leaving this place with my head up high and with the certification and other empowerments. I want to say I'm grateful.
My aspect majorly was on farming, which is a cultivation of cucumber. So it's really a motivating and life-changing one.
I'm actually going to give credit to Total. What they did was quite encouraging.
What we want you to know is all that has been said so far, that you hit the ground running.
The program is a major youth capacity program of Total, a global oil giant with presence in 130 countries.
Empowering those young entrepreneurs. Demand and supply of milk and other dairy products are issues of concern as the country spends $1.3 billion annually on importation, a situation that the federal government has decried, considering the capacity of the country to meet its dairy needs. To redress this trend, the government has set the machinery in motion geared towards attracting more investors to Nigeria's dairy value chain. And Friesland Campina, producer of pig milk, has aligned with government in this ambition. Musa Baba Aliyu has details.
This is part of the 30,000 hectares set aside for livestock development program by Niger State government. It is a grazing reserve located in Bobi, Mariga local government area of the state. The reserve is developed primarily for raising and breeding of livestock, especially cattle, with an aggressive ambition for milk and beef production. And this is what attracted the interest of Finland Campina Wamco Nigeria to take the decision to establish dairy development center in the area. The discussion between the company and Niger State government, which started on the phone, has metamorphosed into reality, with Niger State government setting aside 10,000 hectares of land for Finland Campina Wamco.
Because that was the area that has a big opportunity. There's a landmass, there's a cattle keeping culture, so we think it is going to be a good fit for our dairy development program.
To further strengthen the partnership between the two parties, an agreement document was developed and signed by the state governor and the representative of the company. President Muhammadu Buhari and the Prime Minister of Netherlands witnessed the signing ceremony at the State House.
First of all, we're very happy in Nigeria. We're very successful in Nigeria since 60 years with Peak and 3 Crowns. And we have a dairy development program where we help farmers to improve the quality and the quantity of the milk production. And we do that in Oyo State already, and we're going to extend that now to Niger State. And I'm extremely happy that we signed an MOU with the governor today to extend our program to help the farmers of Nigeria. When the farmers are healthy, we are healthy as a company. So that's really going hand in hand.
With this development, milk importation to Nigeria will drop to more than 500 billion naira annually.
For WAMCO, they're going to bring a lot of value addition. They're going to create a lot of jobs. They're going to create an entire new economy in that sector. So we are very excited about the whole thing because it will improve our revenues.
Friesland Campina WAMCO has set up a sustainable dairy production model in Oyo, Ogun, and Osun states. And so far, the dairy program has supported more than 7,000 farmers, built 25 milk collection centers, and artificial insemination scheme, which has yielded over 130 crossbreed cows, is in progress at the centers.
Next up, the Glow Recharge and Win promo tagged My Own Done Better has continued to delight lucky subscribers with valuable prizes at the raffle draws across Nigeria. Ekene Ndulwe, who witnessed the presentation at Nnewi, Anambra State, reports.
For 26-year-old Nnemeka Ugonwanne, who just graduated from the university, winning this tricycle is like Christmas coming early for him. Stanley Alakwe, who also won a tricycle 2 days after his wedding, could not hide his excitement as he described the moment as a double celebration. For each of the winners at the Nnewi Community Prize presentation event, there is a beautiful story behind their smiles, all thanks to the Glow My Own Done Better promo.
Seriously, for just recharging with 200 naira, I'm super excited. You can see it, I have the key. So you just recharge and win.
Very sequential blessing. I waited last Saturday, and Monday they called me that I want Keke na Pepe, and today they are here in my community to present it. I'm very, very happy for it.
I was very surprised. I thought it's something like all this wayo something. But at last, I'm happy I'm seeing it.
The Recharge and Win promo is open to all new and existing subscribers of Glow. Items to be won are tricycles, industrial sewing machines, grinding mills, and generators.
For you to qualify for this promo, both existing and new subscribers, the new subscribers, all you need to do is to recharge just 200 naira. The more 200 naira you recharge, the more you stand chances of winning these fantastic prizes.
Meanwhile, over 100 winners had earlier been announced at the Glow Prize presentation event held at Onitsha after an electronic raffle draw. The promo underscores the power of 200 naira as the brand promoters urge subscribers to keep recharging for increased chances of winning.
Congratulations to those lucky subscribers. It goes without saying that any society that forgets its culture and tradition will inevitably be forgotten. It's against this background that sons and daughters of Wawa in Bogo Emirate of Niger State turned out en masse for the observance of this year's Gani Festival. Kabiru Abdullahi reports.
Gani Cultural Festival is an annual event which brings together indigenes of the community both at home and in the diaspora. The festival usually begins with a parade of horse riders with Dodo of Wawa and his entourage to a place called Battleground. It was a feast of culture of the people of Wawa community in Borgo Kingdom, showcasing the historical heritage of the Bisan tribe to create a tourism platform that will empower the rural poor. The traditional event also featured dance and display of the people's culture, as well as homage on the Dodo of Wawa, Dr. Mahmoud Ahmed Aliu Kiali II, by the traditional title holders. During the event, education and economic roundtable discussion was introduced to find possible solution to the socio-economic challenges facing the community.
I will only advise our youth that they should be stand on their feet in this culture, because culture is what we heritage from our forefathers.
You can see we're having a nice time with the drama, which is very entertaining and educative, which will enable the community to be able to know the implications of poaching in the park area.
Nobody should discard their cultural heritages. Quite unfortunate in this part of the world, we tend to celebrate more of the outside world, the cultures, than our own cultures.
Cultural assets and tourism assets, the government is seriously looking at them towards harnessing them in order to generate revenue from them.
I just chose not
to be found wanting in trying to see that those good efforts of the forebearers that saw the unity are met. I wouldn't want to do anything to go short of that.
The occasion featured horse race, as well as display and exhibition of a wildlife trophies, such as antelope head, lion bones, crocodile skin, buffalo horn, hippopotamus skull, elephant skull, as well as ostrich eggs.
The people of our community always staying true to their cultural heritage. It's time for another break. Please don't go away.
You want to carry wahala for your head. Don't be only you get matter for your mind. No. Forget your worries, don't underdo yourself. My brother, feel your mind. Enjoyment, don't be crying. Trust a little, live your life and be free.
Free your mind with Airtel Smart Talk and enjoy calls to all networks at a flat rate of 11 kobo per second. 7 naira fee on the first call of the day applies. Dial *315# to join.
Trust a little, live your life, free your mind.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Discover the all-new Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Lotion, specially formulated with Nivea's Deep Moisture Serum and Africa's natural cocoa for 48-hour deep moisture. Glowing, radiant skin with Nourishing Cocoa Lotion from Nivea. Get 48-hour deep moisture from the new range of Nivea Body Lotion.
It is another morning, not just an ordinary time. Start of a new day. A new beginning. As you prepare everyone for the long day ahead, just anything is not enough. It is only you who makes breakfast special. You make them creamy. You make them tasty. You add vitamins and nutrients we need for a delightful, healthy start to the day.
So start your day right with Hollandia Evap.
Hollandia Evap. Life tastes different. Hollandia.
That channel where you watch just now don't waka, no panic.
There's me no panic.
You go do it by yourself like ABC. Oh yeah, press the menu button on top your remote. Scroll up and down till you see Information Central. Then press OK.
Press OK.
Check the signal strength and quality. If the signal strength and quality pass 70, make you press the exit button, go back. Go advanced options, then choose installation, then go to reset and press OK.
Yeah, press OK. Wow, now you fit catch all those channels will be one miss road by yourself. Yes, make your group for no loss. You see as I do, Abi? And I see as I do,
Go TV. Live it. Love it.
And I see as we do,
Ever since he could hold the bat, Charles wanted to play like his big brother. Victor had skills that matched the best in the land. Never mind, little brother. Drink your Dano milk and keep practicing. So that is what he did. And step by step, glass by glass, the boy grew in spirit and strength. Drink your Dano milk and be strong.
Also available in Dano Cool Cow, Dano Slim, and Dano Flavored Milk. Choose Dano. Choose goodness.
They swore an oath to serve our fatherland and defend the people. They traded their freedom, comfortable homes, and mortgaged their lives on the battleground for our unity and peaceful living. These are the great, fearless, loyal, and committed Nigerian armed forces who risked their lives courageously to safeguard our borders. But in the line of duty, many never returned. Nigerians, arise, let's celebrate our fallen heroes. Put on the remembrance emblem with pride to support the incapacitated and families of our fallen heroes.
It is indeed befitting to honor the memory of the gallant hearts of young men who paid the supreme sacrifice to keep the country united.
President Muhammadu Buhari enjoins all ministries, parastatals, religious and corporate bodies to donate generously to the Emblem Appeal Launch. Send your donations to these accounts. Account name, Emblem Appeal Launch. Account number 393-200-7526. EcoBank Nigeria PLC.
Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.
Welcome back. When the Obong of Calabar turned 70, traditional rulers, distinguished guests, and the Efik people from across Nigeria in their hundreds showed up to felicitate and celebrate with the monarch. Maureen Leo Ajonri brings us highlights of the landmark birthday celebration.
The biblical injunction which says, when the righteous is on the throne, the people rejoice, is a visible scene playing out here. The 70th birthday celebration of the Obong of Calabar is the reason for the gathering of the creme de la creme. Friends, monarchs of other kingdoms, the executive and subjects of the septuagenarian celebrity joined the Obong in a Thanksgiving service as prayers were offered for a continuous peaceful reign. The royal banquet was another auspicious event that unraveled the good tidings the guests brought to the king. But who is the man, Obong of Calabar?
A man who was born to rule, a man who had used uncanny wisdom to weld the Efik nation together.
He's a very good man. He's a man who loves his people. He's a man who loves our country, Nigeria.
Also, he has given women the opportunity to participate in the running of the kingdom.
A visibly joyous Obong expressed his feelings.
Thanks to God Almighty, because it's only God that can let that happen. And I'm so happy about that.
Guests continue to acclaim the personality of the Obong of Calabar and his attainment as a milestone.
Congratulations to the Obong of Calabar on the landmark birthday. Months ago, you and I were wishing people around us, even those far away, a happy new year. But have you realized that we are already in the last months of the year? How time flies. However, while some people are in high spirits, several others are entertaining fears. Did you just ask why? Well, Annie Daniels is set to give us the answers.
Praise God, you and I are able to make it to the last quarter of the year. Have you, however, observed that during these months, some people become apprehensive? Some of my respondents say it is because these months are characterized by lots of evil occurrences.
Some occultic people may use that Ember month to gain more power, as in blood. That's what we used to see.
These respondents disagree.
It is the same spirit in you that you use in January, February, March, that you use in the Ember months. To me, it's just a conjecture of your mind.
See the driver, you can all go over there. You can see the bus stop, they are still selling alcohol there. When they are making loss, they're supposed to enforce that law. How will you drink something in Ember month and not die?
Ember month increases crime because people are anxious of going home in a big way.
Indeed, fear is a torment. It has also been observed that during the Ember months, religious bodies intensify prayers, security forces and traffic control agencies step up their activities. Can all these justify the fear of some Nigerians?
What we are doing now is more of sensitization. We are going to motor parks, we are going to schools, we are going to churches, we are going to mosques to talk to people on what we expect them to do at this time. People are likely to travel with worn-out tires, which is not good for them.
So definitely, once you have an increase in activities, there is likelihood also to have increase in crime if not really tackled.
Because most respondents insist there are spiritual forces behind increase in evil occurrences during Ember months, I approached some spiritual leaders.
There is no book where it is written that Ember months are supposed to be difficult. No, it's people who keep saying it. And the more they keep confessing it, saying it, things begin to happen.
It's fear of the unknown. As far as I'm concerned, every month we pray. And we pray to God to save us.
Well, whether or not the fear of the Ember months is justified, here are some safety tips.
The church should be the habitation of truth, habitation of prayer.
Something that God did not give you from the beginning of the year, then in a month or two you want to accumulate that. It's not possible. So we have to be patient.
People who are passengers, who travel on commercial vehicles, are expected to check the excesses of their drivers.
And there is no how you expect law enforcement agents to really dictate those living within you and planning evil very close to your door. So we need to return to the concept of that neighborhood watch.
There's nothing peculiar about the Ember months, and so fear not. And it's on that note we end Newsline tonight. Coming up after Newsline is a documentary on the National Transportation University, Daura, Katsina State. All NTA stations are pleased to remain on the network service. For now, good night and God bless Nigeria.